133, and this is the first of a couple of wrestlers we'll see tonight with extended streaks, unbeaten on the year.
Yeah, and M.Phillippi, he's got the fourth longest win streak in the ACC at 17 matches. Familiar to Charlottesville, started his career off at the University of Virginia, so these two probably teammates at one point or another, a little bit familiar with each other. So L.Hayes jacking up that underhook to start the match, and that's where he's good. Real strong in those upper body ties.
You mentioned it, a former Wahoo. He was here for the 16-17 campaign, his redshirt season at UVA. Followed Coach Gavin to Pitt, and why not? It was a homecoming for him. He's from Derry, Pennsylvania, now a redshirt junior as the fourth-ranked wrestler in his weight classification goes to work. He was an NCAA qualifier, an ACC champion in 19 and 20, 25-1 last season. And a two-time defending ACC champion going to work here. Just a remarkable win streak on the line. And again, he and Aiello, who is 6-0 with Phillippi at 5-0, are the two you will see tonight who are unblemished so far in 2021.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing here early, L.Hayes getting to his ties, doing a good job controlling underhooks, has that 2-on-1. He was controlling the right arm. Phillippi started to peel off. He switched to the left. But one thing Phillippi's doing is beating him in the head fight. Hayes is doing a good job getting to his controlled tie, but Phillippi doing a good job actually beating him in head position. So
not unusual for him. 50-5 at Pitt, 92-16 overall when you talk in terms of his career for the young man out of Derry, PA. Really impressive.
There
you see L.Hayes' numbers there. He's at a Carl Sandburg High in Orland Park, Illinois, and the 12th ranked wrestler in his class, respectively. He was, Christian, off to a 6-0 start, but is coming off a tough go of it in the Commonwealth Clash last weekend.
Yeah, wrestled Corbin Myers last week from Virginia Tech, and Corbin Myers just tough and a nice inside trip attempt for L.Hayes. Doing a good job controlling those underhooks and a beautiful takedown off that Metzger. So really curious to know, were these two teammates at one point or another? Did they ever wrestle with each other? And, seeing that L.Hayes is getting to those underhook control ties early in this match, maybe saying, I knew this was a weakness of Phillippi.
What he saw from Hayes, watching him from a distance along the way, 2020 and 2018 NCAA qualifier in that 18 campaign, an all-ACC campaign for the redshirt senior out of Illinois. So knows a little bit about battling, too. One of 9 siblings, 5 brothers, 4 sisters. You got to fight for everything in that kind of household. And here's a look at the takedown.
So Hayes did a good job jacking up the underhook on the left, and he went to fake it like he was going to the same side and switched his hand and dumped him to his butt. So a good takedown there for Hayes, takes a 2-1 lead, and as I say that, Phillippi gets an escape, ties it up at 2-2.
I know you're from a big wrestling family, but think about that. 5 brothers, 4 sisters. You got to be fighting for everything along the way. That's what turns you in to the kind of competitor we're seeing from L.Hayes here.
Well, that's probably why he's only wrestling 133. If he was an only child, he might be wrestling heavyweight.
There you go.
Probably got to fight for the last chicken wing at dinner every night. So
his hands full with Phillippi right now, and as you said, even at 2 apiece. What do you see this one coming down to, Christian?
And I think it's going to be one of the big things, finishing periods on the mat. And then we'll see how Phillippi wrestles on top, because he is great there. And as he gets to a nice right-handed swing single, got that leg up high, gets to a trip, and Hayes defending so far, looked for a headlock, but gave up that takedown. And this is where I see the difference coming in right here. Phillippi got that takedown, Hayes got the takedown in the first. Phillippi got an escape. Phillippi's got the takedown here in the second, and if he rides out here, going to be a big difference here and really going to make L.Hayes think about what choice he's going to make heading into the third period.
And in doing so has doubled up Hayes on the scoreboard at the moment here as you're watching the 133-pound classification work through the second round.
So did a good job keeping his hips in there and keeping Louis Hayes flat. So 28 seconds on the restart.
Well, the moment of the match so far for Phillippi.
Did a really good job getting that single leg up high, getting it all the way above his hip. And one thing you want to watch, kids at home, he's not tripping with his heel. He's doing a good job tripping with that toe.
Well, this is, you talked about the history between these two. You wonder just how much of it there was in terms of their knowledge of one another here. Here's what it's been like when they've gone toe-to-toe with one another.
Yeah, so last year, looks like the ACC tournament, Louis Hayes lost 1-0, and then really matches besides that haven't been as close. 8-4 and 6-1 wins for M.Phillippi over Louis Hayes in years past. So doing a good job staying on top, and he's got to finish this period on top. Really big difference between good wrestlers and great wrestlers, looking for that head and looking for a fall, but looking to hold on and stay in the top position to end the period, but not going to.
Nothing awarded there, but tremendous agility from Phillippi to stay at the 4-2 spot in scoring as we head into the third round.
So I'm curious what's to happen here, and looks like Louis.
Well, Hayes was in the down position there, but they're going to go with a neutral start now, it appears.
Yeah, Coach Garland looked like he wanted to put him down. And
back to the down position for Hayes.
Yeah, you could tell Louis didn't want to go on bottom. He wanted to go up on his feet and try to win the match there. So 4-2 heading into the third. And Phillippi's good here on top. So if I was Hayes, I probably would have picked neutral to start the third, but searching for that head, got the escape.
Well, it looks like that was at least part of the conversation there as he went into a neutral position before going back into the down. Think about the start for Hayes this season when he was 6-0 before that setback last weekend. 3 wins by pin, a tech fall, and a major decision as a part of that 6-0 start. So he has had his moments already. He's hoping to find another here in the final 90 seconds of this match. So
Hayes doing such a great job. Watch him with that left side underhook. He fakes to one side, he goes the other. He goes one side, he pulls the head down. And that's just, you got to keep your opponent guessing, but a strong guy like M.Phillippi, keeping his hips squared, not rotating, fake or biting on those fakes from Hayes makes it really difficult to get an angle.
And Phillippi a minute away from remaining perfect as he has that slimmest of advantages at 4-3.
And Phillippi, a hard guy to beat in ACC action over the last couple years. 2-time defending ACC champ.
And listen to the record one more time. It's worth repeating. 25-1 last season. And of course, we've already mentioned the 17-match winning streak that is on the line across these final 33 seconds or so.
And you hear the coaches towards the UVA bench yelling for a stall call. We had a stalling early in the second period. Hayes been pushing all the action in the third, and that's going to save Phillippi on this match. A nice single leg gets in on Hayes.
Trying to salt away the final 10 seconds now, as in command is Phillippi here.
Not going to do much for the scoreboard. Not going to change the result on the scoreboard, but going to take off 15 of the remaining 20 seconds. And
it's going to end up being M.Phillippi make it 18 in a row. And Christian, here's the takedown that settled it for Phillippi.
Nice takedown and reach for the head, but Hayes doesn't get it. Phillippi gets the win at 133 pounds.
Coach Papalizio and the third-ranked NC State Wolfpack having become quite the measuring stick in recent years in the ACC. You see what an impact they had on a number of unbeaten wrestlers for Pitt in last week's meet.
Yeah, Cole Matthews starting off one of 4 ranked wrestlers who lost last week against NC State, looking to rebound here. Both of these wrestlers had really close matches with Tariq Wilson, so if we're using the transitive property, these wrestlers should be pretty evenly matched here, so we'll see. Number 14th ranked Cole Matthews from Pittsburgh taking on unranked Brian Courtney, but Courtney, one of those guys that's just on the outside of the rankings. He's really, really tough. Had a great